APAC Tech Summit in Bangkok. I'm here today with Andy Leung, who's our senior security consultant, and I'm going to talk to him about cloud security. Hi Andy, thanks for being on our show.
Hi, yes. Hi.
I'd like to ask you, I know that this is going to be your 10th year in APAC Tech Summit. Can you share with us what's going to happen, what usually happens, and also a bit more about your role in APAC?
Okay. So I'm from the product market engineering team, PEM team, and I'm the senior security consultant over there. So what happened is, APAC Tech Summit is an annual event, right? So we have this usually in the summer, one in US, one in EMEA, and then one in Asia Pac. What we do is we invite the product manager or solution architect from the Juniper corporate to come over and share about the, for example, product roadmap and solution. So we have a lot of different technical sessions.
So today, companies want to move their applications to the cloud. We see that's being a trend for a couple of years, but we also see that they are hesitating because of security. What's your opinion on this?
Yes, so that's true because if you look at some of the marketing research out there, and people's biggest concern or some companies' biggest concern why they're not moving to the cloud is because of security. So security is one of the top reasons, why they're afraid, when they move some of the public data to the cloud, application to the cloud, they will be, get tagged, and then, this data will be leaked over to other people, and that will be, one of the main issue, right? So, but I think recently, there are more a company to address the cloud security solution, so including Juniper. And for the past couple of years, we have been rolling out security solution regarding how to protect the private cloud, public cloud, or even hybrid cloud. So I hope all these messages can get through to the customer and give them the confidence to deploy their solution or the application to the cloud.
Just now you just mentioned private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud, and Juniper having these solutions. What are these solutions?
Okay, so if you know that we have been in the security business for the last 10 years, right? And we have our hardware firewall, which is the SRX. So what we have done is we virtualize the hardware firewall. So we make a software version that is able to run on the cloud. So basically, it has all the same firewall feature, layer 7 protection, and all the UTM protection, and now we also have the ATP protection, right? And we make them this virtual SRX, we call it, and it's able to run on the cloud like Amazon, and also Microsoft Azure, and now we also extend our coverage to, for example, the VMware NSX. Right, so that actually helps to a customer who wants to deploy the cloud solution can choose the Juniper's security to protect all these applications.
You mentioned Sky ATP. I presume it prevents against ATP threats.
Yeah. So Sky ATP is basically cloud-based security solution, and you can consider it as like a cloud intelligence source, right? So what we've done is now if you see, for example, unknown files, right, Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or JPEG coming into your office, what you can do is you send it to Juniper, and we will use the ATP cloud to examine to see if this file is malware, and then we of course send the result back to the to the end user. So if this is good, okay, so they can send the file to the end user, and if it's bad, and we can stop them and cut them loose. So the technology is inside the cloud, so it takes a lot of computing resources, including dynamic and static checking of the file, and also we also utilize the machine learning. So when this file come in, and then we can analyze what are the characteristics of a malware, and then we use those information to judge the incoming files. So basically, using the ATP, you can stop something called a zero-day attack. So if this is something you have not seen before, you can send it to us, and then we help you examine to determine if this is a malware.
Zero-day attacks, correct me if I'm wrong, it's basically an attack when your antivirus doesn't have the updated signatures to address it?
Correct, right?
Okay.
So if you look at the antivirus solution, so basically it's a signature based solution, right? So you have to see these are the bad file, and then they will give you the signature, and then you can use those signature to check and then to stop them. But what if this file is something you've never seen before, right? It's a new Adobe PDF file or Microsoft Word file. If your AV don't have the signature, it will just let you pass, right? But so Sky ATP gives you a second layer of protection. So if this is something you have not seen before, Zero-day attack, we can examine it, right, for you before you pass it to your end user.
So Andy, how is our cloud security different, and
Okay.
what are some of these advantages?
So, well, I would say there are a couple of things I can talk about, right? One is if you look at our product like Virtual SRX or Virtual MX. So basically, this is a solution that combines security and networking, in one of the a product together. So if you look at some of the cloud architecture today, right, and in order to build a good networking infrastructure, you actually need to add a lot of the component. And then if you need to link the different cloud together, that will be more complicated. Now, using the Juniper solution, you already have security and networking in place together. And for example, we have this transient VPN solution for AWS, so you can actually link the different virtual data center, that is what we call the VPC, together with our VSRX connecting together, and then building the VPN tunnel, so that all this data transfer through the different virtual data center will be secure, and then they can also connect it to their physical data center or their enterprises. And the network architecture will actually be more simplified and more elegant, than using the different tool in order to build this complicated solution, right? So that's number one, right? I will also say that on the security side, our SDSN solution allow us to basically monitor the whole network from a single console, and then we can also automate some of those response. So whenever there is certain attack going on in some of the cloud infrastructure, we are able to automate those detection and then also the response, so that, for example, we can quarantine a virtual machine when we found out that it has some malware attached to it. So the advantage for the enterprise is now they can be deploying a security solution to the cloud, and networking to the cloud will be more simple, and they can also automate these processes. The IT resources can be divert to for example, focus on business growth, and instead of like doing silo type of security product management.
Okay, so if I'm a customer and I want to obtain Juniper's cloud security solutions, what should I do and where should I go? For example, you mentioned we have VSRX.
Yes.
How should I obtain a license like that?
Okay. So today VSRX, actually also Virtual MX, is supported on public cloud like Amazon and Microsoft Azure, and we also have planned to extend the coverage to other public cloud down the road. So but for example, so what you can do is as a customer, you can go to the Amazon App Marketplace, and you go to one of those AMI, and then you can choose Juniper, and you can basically deploy that within your console. And then also the licensing model is also flexible. You can choose a pay-as-you-go model, or you can choose bring your own license. So you can obtain your license from your Juniper supplier, and then configure it yourself, or basically use the Amazon model. So it's based on how much usage you use, and then they will send you a bill at the end of the month, right? I encourage our customer to actually, it's very easy to try. Just click it, and you're able to use it.
All right, thanks Andy for being on our show. It was very insightful piece on our cloud security solutions. I guess I'll be speaking to you more in the coming days at the Tech Summit here in
Okay, sure.
Bangkok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.